Uchu Sentai Kyuranger, Space.Final, Echo in the Universe, Yosharaki! The one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D. I'd like to welcome you guys back to another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks on Yo. We have reached the end of our space journey. It done been one hell of a journey, and I have enjoyed it. And let me just put this out front, and I know I'll say it again in the end. I have enjoyed the opportunity and the privilege to take a look at a wonderful Sentai like this in a brand new way to me, and I'm grateful and I'm blessed for that. Did you know that? Yeah, I know that, and I've said this a million times. People may agree, people may disagree, but it's not about either side. It's about my enjoyment of this show, and this show has done nothing. Even given everything that I know, hasn't let me down in any way. Just a great episode, and this was just an encapsulation of a whole year of blood, sweat, tears, war, down on my gaze, sipping on lean, Uncle Jesse, all the dumb stuff I got to do. Shout, yo, for real, like, yo, I had a wonderful time, dog. Like, especially in the early time when I was doing it alongside X8 and I was extra clowning, dog. Shout out to Ho-Chan right now. Shout out to Ho-Chan. You know what I mean? Like, yo, Lucky walk through in a cut, 122, shoot you with a laser, dog. Classics. Do you hear me? Classics, man. I'm just like, I am so happy, but so sad this is over, right? Like, the usual thing happened. You watch the episode, you know what's ultimately going to happen. We're going to talk about that. The usual Sentai tears to shed because you know that this team that you have spent this whole year with got other stuff to do. And we'll talk about the other stuff that they got to do later. And you know we got Cowboy versus Indians coming up. So you know it's going to be off the chain. So you know what it is. The episode, though. Like I said, this episode was the encapsulation of everything these 12 have been through. Remember, we started with... Let's see. We started the game with what, 5? And then we grew. The 9, like I remember the big event. All 9 Kyurangers in the building putting in work. Then you had the boy Shinron Perp. Then you had that boy Japanese Justin. And I really honestly think for real, Japanese Justin is some of the best comedy I've ever come up with. Because anybody who understands that reference legitimately gets where I'm coming from. And a lot of this stuff that I was making up and going along with, especially during the clowning age of me reviewing this show, was just stuff off the dome like, yo, this dude a little kid. Yeah, we're going to call him Japanese Justin. Just for no reason, just going to call his food Japanese Justin for no reason at all. Just let's do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had fun talking about the Kyuranger selling lean. Like, that was fun to me. Like, sitting up here telling this alternate story of this show that I'm watching. Yo, the Kyuranger, they the good guy, but they also selling drugs. Like, yo, the dumb stuff, man. Like, I remember when Birdman first appeared. You know what I mean? Like, I had a wonderful time with this show, and I know that I'm trying to review this show, but all I can sit up here and all I can think about is the grand old time that I had clowning, acting a fool, and watching this series and just seeing that this show evolved again. Like I said, 48 episodes and it's over. Still the best episode of the series is Dreamy Android. And not because Raptor Bay is indeed my ultimate Bay and waifu. Now I got her and him, you know what I'm saying? Kyuranger gang, you know what I mean? And by Kyuranger gang, I mean Kyuranger gang. You feel me? But like I said, it's like, again, real quickly, just to say, Dreamy Android, the only reason it hasn't been topped, because that was the first episode that really showed me what this show can do if it wants. And you want to know what happened after Dreamy Android? The show kept doing it. The show kept doing it, no stops, no nothing. That's what this show did. This show had a wonderful lead up and get into it. But like I said, Dreamy Android is where I saw the potential in this show to be something, pun intended, legendary. And I really think that even given what we got coming next with the Kyurangers, and like I said, we'll talk about that in a minute, this show gonna go down as one of those to be like, yo, Could you suggest to me a Sentai to watch? Kyuranger. See, but the thing is that if we on this tip, let's talk about this. I wouldn't, in the instance, suggest Kyuranger because it's too much of a divergence to what Sentai normally is. So it's like, it's a show that I say, like, yo, after you get used to what Sentai is, because after Eloger, you know what I'm saying, it's like, we flipping it. First, we got 9 Rangers. Now, we got Cowboys versus Indians now. So, I sit up here and wonder that now that we got Lupin Ranger versus Patranja, what is Sentai gonna do to top itself now? We've murdered an established norm. We finna do something we've never done before. For real? What will Sentai do after this? And I can't wait to go through all the Cowboys versus Indians to figure out what Sentai does next. That's just something that's gonna be angering in the back of my head. Because, again, like I said, this is a show that I would suggest somebody watch after they see what Sentai is in its normal form. Because, again, it's like, I honestly think for real that what Kyuranger does as a Sentai would fall flat because of someone who's coming in new to this, watching Kyuranger and be like, it's 9 of them? It's 12 of them? One of them is a dragon? One of them is a cute android? And I'm just like, yeah. But see, you'd have to see, honestly for real, like I just said, is that Kyuranger is something that you watch after you sit up here and get used to the established norms of Sentai, because that's why this show was so groundbreaking. I remember the lead up. Y'all want to do what's a woozits now? 9 Rangers, bro? Are you serious? No. I was like, I remember when I first read the news, dog. Rip Toku-Gaf, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I don't know what they doing on Era at this point, but rip Toku-Gaf, you know what I'm saying? Because it is what it is, regardless. I remember when I first read the news on Toku-Gaf, and I was just like, no. But here I am, game over. Space Journey has ended. Thank you for playing. And I'm just like, yes. And yes, internet, I am doing the thing motion, the Daniel Bryan yes motion. I'm doing it, just illustrating what's going on up in here. But here's where we are right now, because I just spent 8 minutes just getting it. Let's talk about this episode. We know what the ultimate fate of the episode was. That boy Super King Kamehameha Don Armage was gonna take that L. In this state of things, how Don Armage took that L, how he took it, is what I appreciated. You be like, as someone who has built a university around studying L's, a church about praising and celebrating L's, I can appreciate a sequence of L's in a way that makes sense in a grand finale, okay? I'm the dude, I invented the remix. Don't remind me. Pastor L, Professor L, look. All praise be to the synagogue, regardless. Let's take this just like this. Don Armage, a.k.a. Joe Armada, that nigga, he done absorbed everybody. Everybody in the club get absorbed because I got superpowers now. The universe is mine. They don't stop me. And then it's at this point, because this was at the end of the last episode where they sat up here and said, everybody in the universe rejects you. And I said this last week. This was going to be Don Armage's downfall. And it was ultimately. Because we learned something. And usually in final episodes, you usually learn nothing. It's just a big giant action scene. Before the giant action scene starts, we learn that Don Armage is it's not a being, it's a collection of everybody feeling sad and pissed off. So no wonder this dude running around absorbing people, taking over the universe, because he made nothing but sadness and bullshit. But you finna take this L. So how does Don Armage take this L? He sits up here and puts them in despair mode. Like, we can't do it, man. Like sitting up here shooting all despair on them. And then, you know, yo, Shalaki! He get up, he like, yo, I make my own luck. I'm the luckiest man in the universe. Believe, believe. And then the rest of them get up and it's like, I'm trying to be funny, but to illustrate that scene, that's when I knew. That's when I knew, and it started to sink in for real. I am watching the last episode of Uchu Sentai Kyuranger, right? Like that scene where you see them reflecting. I'm gonna be honest, yo, that's where the Sentai tears come. Like, you know, every year when the Rider show in or the Sentai show in, it's just this part when you realize that what you're watching is about to come to an end. And it was that scene for me. That scene right there that I realized that, yo, it's time for Cowboys and Indians, pimp. But the tears fell because it's like, I've fallen in love with these characters. I've fallen in love with this universe. And it's going to be a weird thing because usually, and I don't talk about this a lot, that transition from one Kamen Rider show or one Sentai show to the next one, as you sit up here and get used, because take a look at my first review of Build, right? Like, I didn't build up to all that dumbness until I had enough episodes under my belt to get used to it. Compared to when I got to the point where all I did was clown on XA. All I did was clown. Shout out to my Time Lord Dad. Time Lord Dad. Shout out to Time Lord Dad, right? Time Lord Dad, right? Just put it in out there. That you see that transitional period. And it's going to be weird when I start watching Cowboys and Indians. Like, what's going to be this transition period as I get used to these new characters, this new world, these new... See, I get used to all of that. Because all I've been used to this whole year is Uchu Sentai Kyuranger. Roshalaki! That's all I've been used to. And it's going to be hard to get used to something else. But I'm glad at the same time that this has come to an end. Because again, like I said, they stood up. They had a revelation moment of everything that you've been through this whole year. And then the L's get delivered. And by L's, I mean L's. I mean, everybody gets a turn delivering L's. Like, it's an L bonanza because all Don Armage sitting there doing is taking L's. Everybody sitting up here, sniper shots, slashes, blasts. You name a thing you can do with an attack. Don Armage caught an L. The dumbest part of that was you got Moo Moo Man. He lifted him up. He like, "Aye, bo, like fastball special in reverse, him. Do that fool." And then here come that boy, Uncle Stinger. Slash, slash, slash. I remember when I called that fool Uncle Stinger, dog. And then I start calling his brother Uncle Jesse, dude. Oh man, dude, Uncle Jesse. Like I would go back and like watch some of this stuff, like, and it's like I do that with a lot of videos. Like I'll sit back and let a video like do what it do for a while, and then go randomly go back and watch it just to see at that point in time, like, where the hell my head was at. And I sit up here and I do not wonder where the hell my head was at when I'm like, I'm calling Scorpio Uncle Jesse just so he could be a counterpart to Uncle Stinger, who is the uncle to Japanese Justin. Aibo Squad, what up? The Aibo Squad, man. But yeah, Don Armage took that L. He sat up here. He tried to no sell it once, and then they sat up here full magnum power, and then they sat up here finish him, and then he blew up. Then he turned really big, and then in something that took me 3 seconds to understand because I didn't get it when he grew. It's like they summoned Kyutama Jin, and I was like at first like y'all got better Zords than this, pimp. Like for real, like y'all got Orion, and y'all got super sushi dun and all this old stuff. You got remember the time, like for real, like Michael Jackson. Remember the time when Shinron Perk got a Zord, and I was like yo, because you know I don't watch the commercials or whatever. Like I thought Shinron Perk was gonna be a thing. I thought Japanese Justice was gonna be the main part of the Zord. I was dead wrong. Ruteo, remember that? I know y'all remember that because I do. But I sat here for real and wondered, like, for a second, like, why did they summon Kyutama Jin? And then I remember, it's the only Zord in a fleet where all of them together at the same time. And then after that, okay. And then they had a nice little beam struggle, and then they had a part where everybody pushed forward, like, rah, 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 and then they blew him up. And then the day was saved. for the last time, thanks to Bubbles because she's the bestest, Raptor Bay and Hammy because they all bays. The rest of the Pop-Up girls, all the Kyurangers and the people in the universe who didn't get up after say, yo, you're lucky, and then they put in work. They celebrated their defeat of Don Armage, and everything was all good. And a twist at the end that I appreciate, is I appreciate the final throwback. After Don Armage gets done in, he's sitting up here like, yo, I still got power. I can't absorb you, but I will absorb Lucky. And he tries to absorb Lucky. And then a full featured throwback to the first episode. He's sitting up here, oh man, I'm freezing to death. Oh wait, she red though. It's time to put in work with these meteors. And I'm sitting up here like, yo, Lucky, cuz this the Earth fam. Like, don't you think like some of your meteors again is a little bit irresponsible? Like, I don't remember that when he did that when they went to go find Wolf in the first episode or whatever. But now 48 episode in, it's like that's kind of irresponsible, pimp. Like, for real, pimp. That's real irresponsible. Let some of the meteors shower to Earth, but luckily ain't nobody around to get hurt because, you know, Don Armage, that nigga just absorbed everybody. So, but I don't know how back they were after they sat up here and he blew up or whatever and did all that. You know, things of that nature. So it's kind of like, well, if he sit up here, put a meteor to the Earth or something, it'll work out. And it did. And it worked out. They were saved. For reals. Kyurangers put in that endo, and it was the endo. And that was it. Go back to the first episode. They celebrate. Everybody is happy. Thank you, Kyurangers. You saved us. Yeah, Kyurangers. Whoa, Kyuranger. And then 2 years later, they still in the bottom of the screen doing the Q-timer dance. So after they won the fight, they sat in a ball for 2 years and was like, Ranger, Q. Everybody danced. Even Beat Buster and Stag Buster. The Swag Busters made a special appearance. It was like both of them. Like, yo, I'm like, yo, what Hoshiminato at night? Nah, it's Beat Buster and Stag Buster, pimp. You know what I'm saying? We the best. We the best thing. We the best thing about Go Busters. Best thing about Go Busters. Like, I want to watch Go Busters again. Like, for real talk, I have really been thinking about, like, for real, like, watching Go Busters again. And just sitting up here and I just want to watch Go Busters again because I want to know, not a question of does it hold up, but do I feel the same? Because, see, just let me ride this way for a second, right? Go Busters lists a lot of garbage because of what it was. But in the beginning, it was kind of ass. Swag Busters came in, and it was wavy. And then that end game was stupid. I'm like, I have not seen an end game in a Sentai in a very long time that topped what Go Busters did. That I'm for real. I've been watching Sentai for over a decade, watched multiple Sentais. I still think, for real, that Go Busters got one of the best end games I've ever seen in anything. Because you get all this wavy stuff of maybe, and then you get to them last 10 episodes or whatever, Go Buster starts to go dumb right in the middle, and then it just like at some point it leans extra into that stupid, and it's like, yes. And I sit up here and I just wonder, like, does it still hold up? I think it does, but I think it just warrants a rewatch. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's just some things that, you know, that I've watched that I think that warrant a rewatch. Go On is another that I really think that warrants a rewatch. Not for anything, but maybe for G3 Princess. But that's another thing entirely. Regardless, look. 2 years later, they dancing in the Q-timer ball. You know what I'm saying? Beat Buster, Stag Buster, Hoshiminato. You know what I'm saying? Then twerking or whatever. Everything is good. Uncle Stinger has become the commander. He got that boy Japanese Justin and Raptor Bay rolling with him. And he got Japanese Justin rolling in like, yo, everything cool, cuz. For real, pound it. I'm like, yo, ever since we killed all the bad guys, like, man, ain't been nothing to do. But, hey, man, you know, this is a paying gig. And I'm sitting up here wondering, like, don't Japanese Justin to be in school? Ain't the kid like 14 years old or something? This dude need to be in school. Like he sitting up here, you patrolling the universe. Like what? So dark matter dies and school's out forever or something. School's out for summer. No, 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 no. Meanwhile, on the earth, that boy, let me repeat one more time. That boy, Sanji Jr. Like, I got me a cute restaurant, 9-star pimping. Like, yo, this the best restaurant in all the galaxy. Grazie. Everybody sitting down there chilling. It's like Shinron Perp didn't become the man. He didn't become the man. He's old Big Bear. So when we get the remix of this, he gonna die, and then some dude gonna become the new Draco Commander. So that should be interesting to watch at some point. Let's see what else happened. The boys, Balance and Naga, they sitting up here like, yo, we just running around stealing stuff that Jock Matter stole. So him and Naga just said, going to Naga's planet and teaching them about emotions. We just forgot that was a thing that you were gonna do. Oh, and speaking of, now that I think about it, I wonder why Naga did transform into metal. You would think he'd have been so mad that you taking these L's from Don Omage that you would have transformed into that. Sexy Hammy wants to become a teacher, and all of a sudden I want to go to detention. So, yes. Moo Man is the universal champion on the robot version of SmackDown. I don't get it, but yay for you. You know what I'm saying? It's like whatever. Let's see who else. Let me see, cause we got oh yeah. Okay, cause I'm trying to make sure that I'm covering everybody. Yeah. So at this point, they sitting up here having this interview with this lady, and this lady like, how you feel that all your family's here, cuz? And I'm like, yo, where that boy Rocky and that boy Woof, but all your homies here. Like, journalistic integrity, bitch. Like, you ain't know the squad was here? You lied, ma'am. You lie, right? Look, like the whole squad ain't here. So they sit up here like, yo, Lucky and Goro on this honeymoon vacation, and I'm like, yo, that show just took a weird turn. So they out in space, and they like, yo, and another throwback to the first episode, like, yo, what's your fortune? Talk about Lucky. I make my own luck. And then Goro like, I love you, boo. Hit this button. And he smashed the button, and he's like, no. And they spin, and then they fall. Spin and fall. And then they crash, and then everybody run outside like, yo, Lucky, you all right? Yo, Lucky! And that is the end of Uchu Sentai Kyuranger. That was it. You thought there was more? No. There is no more. It's kind of bittersweet. I'm excited as fuck about Cowboys versus Indians, right? Like, Cowboys versus Indians gonna be off the chain. You know what I mean? It's Cowboys and Indians. Like, you sit up here and wonder, like, yo, is Roundhouse King Jesus gonna make an appearance? Okay, I'm gonna quit being stupid. I'm gonna quit legitimately being stupid. I'm like, for real. I'm like, Lupin Ranger versus Patranja. This is gonna be interesting because, again, established norms being completely just done on. It's like you sit up here and wonder, like, how is this gonna come together? Like, I have questions that this show cannot answer for me immediately. It just cannot. But every time I see the previews, I get hype. And it's like, it ain't like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's been a while since I've been hyped for something. No. It's more of the fact that I understand that, yo, this some old radioactive Imagine Dragons. Welcome to the new age. Because, yo, like I said at the beginning of this, and I said I was going to bring it up again. How are we going to continue to play Can You Top This? Can you top what it is that you've done? So we've done more than 5 Rangers in it. We've done a 12 Ranger squadron. We have a versus series. What do you do? What indeed do you do? The thing is, I can ask that question all day. But I'm going to give Cowboys versus Indians the opportunity to do it like I do everything else. It's going to be slow motion early. till I find idiot names for these characters and start doing dumb stuff. Because we got thieves and police. Dude, it's 2018. It's so much I can do with that on some clown mode. It's thieves and the fucking police. Like, these reviews are going to be off the meter. Like, once I get into the mix, these episodes gonna be off the meter, dude. I'm like, I can picture the comedy in my head right now, and it is tasty. But look, thank you guys. It's been a wonderful year, everybody. I know not everybody agrees with this and whatever. And like I said at the beginning, I don't care. Because it's not about you, it's about me. It's about me exploring something a lot deeper than I would by just interacting with it by watching it. Because I interact by watching it, and then I interact with everybody else by saying what was on my mind. I am grateful for the opportunity to do so. See, real quickly on some old man before we get up out of here. See, one thing that I have in the game when it comes to this Uchu stuff, longevity. I've been doing this since 2007, over a decade in the game. Over a decade in the game. I done seen them come. I done watched them go. I've had to repeatedly change, and things changing every day. I sit up here sometimes and I look back at what I was doing. I wish I'd have got to this point a whole lot sooner. But over time, I opened up. And it partly thanks to being a fan of Tokusatsu that really opened me up to wanting to explore and do more things with this channel. So if I'm going to say thank you, I'm going to say thank you to Tokusatsu right now. I appreciate that this art form, as Tokusatsu is, has given me the opportunity to say what's on my mind and enlighten those and entertain those who wish to listen and give people that hate something on if they don't like it. I appreciate you. I appreciate your interaction either way. You know what I'm saying? Like, this will be the point where I would get to talking about, you know, we got the Patreon and stuff, but I got a whole nother video for that. But the simple through line through that, do what you want. I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? I'm giving you the option. It's better that you give people the option than to take the option off the table and don't allow the opportunity for there to be an option. So it is what it is with that. Cowboys versus Indians is going to be some fun. Build versus Me Time the Stand is going to be fun because they're fighting on an oil platform. So, yeah. Gonna be some fun. I had something I wanted to do this week, but this week has been a little weird. So, hopefully I'll get through it this week. I'm not going to tell you what it is. It is Toku related. So just keep your eyes peeled on the channel. And we'll do what we can. And we'll all sit here patiently and wait for this sub. Wait for the sub for Cowboy versus Indians. And we're going to have us a good time. Once more, before I get up out of here, thank you, Kyuranger, for being an amazing show through and through. All praise the Bay gods for Raptor Bay and Cutie Hammy. Oh, I'm sorry. Sexy Hammy. I'm sorry. I have sinned. I have sinned. I have sinned in the name of the synagogue. And I'm going to continue sinning. Synagogue! Let you know what it is. Thank you once more, Kyuranger, for being an amazing show through and through. For always doing what it do, even though sometimes I was kind of confused, motivated, or disagreed with it. Thank you. These characters have come a hell of a long way, and at least it's not going to be some 2-hour video of being like, well, you know, the character did this at the beginning. Now, we've had this whole season to talk about arcs, to talk about their growth. And for now, they finna chill. Until, and I've been holding it in the whole time, Kyurangers versus Space Squad. Oh my God. Like, all I've been praying for is more Space Squad. All I've been praying for is more of that boy Geki. It's more of that boy Bon Bon and the rest of the crew. I'm like, yo, at the end of the first one, they sitting up here like, yo, recruit who you want. Ooh, this gonna be all the chain. I cannot wait, dude. All I want is more Space Squad, dog. That's all I want. It's like, and speaking of, before we get up here, here's a question. Actually, you know what? I'm finna answer my own question. I am finna answer my own question because why isn't there a versus movie with Zyuohger? I feel that's kind of weird, but you know, that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is no versus movie with that's trying to. Well, let me see what the Wikipedia has to say before we get up out of here. Let me see. The V Cinema. Well, it is what it is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. So, I don't know. Kyuranger versus Gaivan. Kyuranger versus Exit. I remember that was a thing. I'm looking at this. I remember when they were trying to promote Kikaida with Gaim, dog. That was kind of weird. It wasn't weird. It just came out of mega nowhere, and then you know, you had Shingoku Ryoma trying to become a new Kikaida, and I was like, okay, that was a thing. Look, one only triple to G.O.D. I would like to thank every single one of you, all 12 Kyurangers, everybody in Dark Matter, especially Ho-Chan, Metal Ho-Chan with the tits. She reminded me of like alternate Metal Alice. Sorry, you didn't hear that. You didn't hear that I have such a Metal Alice. Sorry. Look, Metal Alice, look, the one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D. I'd like to thank all of you for joining me for another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks On. Say the change! Come on, the change! Super, say the change! It's over now. Thank you, Lucky. It's getting real now. Thank you, Garu. Thank you, Stinger. Thank you, Balance. Thank you, Champ. Thank you, Nagaray. Thank you, Hammy. Sexy Hammy, spelled with an IE. Thank you, Raptor Bay, for being best Bay in Sentai in a very long time. Thank you, Spotter. Thank you, Showronpo. Thank you, Kotaro. Thank you, Saruki. Thank you guys for being amazing characters and an amazing show. I'm going to miss this. But we just gonna have us a good time with Lupin Raider versus Petranja, I guess. Well, no, I guess we will. Until we see you again in Kyuranger versus Space Squad. Once again, Kyurangers, thank you very much. Let's go and get up out of here. The one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D. Once more, I'd like to thank the Kyurangers. I'd like to thank this amazing show. I'd like to thank all of you for your time. We're going to come out on the other side of this better than when we came in. And we are a whole lot better because of this show. And that I can appreciate. Alright, I done said I'm gonna get up out of here 3 times, and it's like, I don't want this video to end, man, because once I hit stop, dog, Kyuranger's over. You know, like, Kyuranger's over once I hit the stop on this, dude. All good things must indeed come to an end. The one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us for Uchu Sentai Kyuranger. Up next, Lupin Ranger versus Petranja. Cops and robbers. Let's get busy. Nope, still can't end it yet. Nope, still can't do it. Still can't do it. Still can't do it. Can't do it. I didn't think it was gonna hit me like this. I didn't. You couldn't have told me that it would have. But yeah, here we are. Here indeed we are. Let's try this one more time, all right? I am the one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D. And I'd like to thank you for joining me on this space journey through Uchu Sentai Kyuranger. With that being said, cops and robbers pimping. Yo, Shalaki! Thank you, Kyuranger.